Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today as we deliberate on a matter of significant concern. Germany's recent decision to resume LNG purchases from Russia and the current state of the European Union's economy with a focus on Germany's economic performance. Yesterday, we confirmed Spain going through back channel to buy Russian gas, and we also raised some issues on how Russia and China is trying to stop Europeans from buying Russian gas. Today is the turn of Germany. Germany is buying gas again from Russia. This shows that the policy of sanctions from United States and European Union doesn't really work. It's always a sanction on convenience. Let us begin by critically examining Germany's recent economic policies, of which there has been a concerning dependency on energy sources from politically unstable or adversarial nations. This year, amid the financial desperation caused by high energy costs affecting both businesses and consumers, coupled with labor market shortages, Germany has found itself in an economic quagmire. Despite the evident need for economically sensible policies, we witness a government proposing and enforcing trade restrictions that seem to be short-sighted. Hello and welcome back to Innovative Check YouTube channel, where we delve into the innovative and transformative projects changing our world. If you're new to the channel and enjoy learning about innovation stories around the world, you've come to the right place. Please subscribe, like, and comment to help boost our videos on YouTube. Now, let's begin. Germany's central bank's recent call to businesses to reduce reliance on Chinese imports is perplexing at a time when strategic economic partnerships are crucial. China, as a decade-long top trade partner for Germany, plays a vital role in its economic landscape. It is important to acknowledge that distancing from significant trade partners is not a decision to be taken lightly, nor is it one that can be implemented swiftly without substantial economic repercussions. Moreover, the narrative that this policy is aimed at mitigating the financial hardships of the lower and middle class is questionable. It is imperative to analyze and understand that such decisions often cater to the interests of a minuscule, yet powerful, segment of the population. Interestingly, not all businesses align with the government's direction, with reports suggesting that only 40% of companies heeded the central bank's advice, while the rest either refrained from action or announced plans for future compliance. Now, let's delve into the perplexing dilemma concerning the state-owned gas company securing energy for Europe's SEFE, resuming trade in Russian LNG. This decision, ostensibly made due to contractual obligations extending to 2038, has raised eyebrows in various quarters. It's pivotal to understand that while Germany hasn't officially banned business with Russia, there's a strong governmental discouragement against it. SEFE's commitment to delivering Russian LNG to international buyers, despite existing sanctions, sends mixed signals about Germany's stance on trade and foreign policy. As we take a step back and observe the broader economic picture, it's apparent that the uncertainty surrounding the use of the US dollar as a central bank reserve currency, due to its weaponization, is having global effects. The phenomenon of de-dollarization is accelerating, with countries opting to replace their reserves with other assets deemed less risky. This transition is essential to consider when discussing the fate of international trade and the free market economy, as businesses grapple with the possibility of their foreign subsidiaries being nationalized, assets confiscated, and revenues usurped. The decline in international trade this year is indicative of the challenges and risks businesses face, including the threat of being blacklisted. These conditions undoubtedly influence companies' decisions to close foreign affiliates, thereby hampering cross-border trade and the principles of a free market economy. Germany's move to resume LNG trade with Russia through SEFE contradicts its previously stated positions, drawing criticism not only domestically but also from its Western allies. The German government's attempt at a decoupling from Russia and China seems to be an endeavor ridden with economic pitfalls and policy inconsistencies. This wavering stance not only affects Germany's economic stability, but also impacts its credibility and reliability as a trade partner on the international stage. If you are enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to subscribe, share the video, and comment. Thank you for your engagement. As we delve further into the labyrinthine corridors of international economics and policy, Germany's economic predicament and policy inconsistencies emerge with stark clarity. The decision by SEFE to re-engage in LNG trade with Russia, despite governmental discouragements, manifests as a microcosmic reflection of broader policy confusion and economic desperation. Amid the clanging cogs of economic mechanics, Germany appears caught between the anvil of necessity and the hammer of policy inconsistency. International trade thrives on predictability and stability. However, Germany's seemingly wavering stance threatens these foundational principles in an environment where international trade has already suffered considerable declines, primarily due to the global economic scenario. The German government's contrary actions only serve to exacerbate an already precarious situation. Analyzing the situation deeply, it's paramount to note that this isn't solely about the German economy. The ramifications of Germany's decisions echo through the European Union, affecting the bloc's collective economic health and stability. The EU, as a conglomerate of economies intricately linked and dependent on each other, feels the ripples of individual member states' economic policies and decisions. As Germany explores decoupling from significant trade partners, the aftermath isn't confined within its borders. The policy not only influences German businesses, but also affects European enterprises engaged in a complex web of international trade. The repercussions of such a move are far-reaching, potentially destabilizing the fragile equilibrium of trade partnerships and economic cooperation that the European Union delicately maintains with the rest of the world. It's also worth noting that the call for decoupling comes at a time when unity and cooperation are essential. The global economy is navigating through treacherous waters, with nations grappling with myriad challenges ranging from pandemic recovery to supply chain disruptions. At this juncture, policies advocating for separation and withdrawal from established trade relationships seem not only ill-timed, but also economically myopic. Moreover, it's impossible to ignore the implications of these policies for small and medium-sized enterprises whose size, which form the backbone of the German and European economy. These entities rely heavily on stable international trade environments. The uncertainty generated by the government's contradictory stance undoubtedly casts long shadows of doubt and instability over SMEs, threatening their survival and growth amidst already challenging economic times. The narrative unraveling before us is not one of economic foresight and sagacity, but seems more like a reactionary tapestry woven from the threads of immediate concerns without due regard for long-term implications. The German government's approach to international trade, as evidenced by the recent developments with SEFE and the call for reduced reliance on Chinese imports, raises more questions than it answers. However, as we continue this meticulous dissection of Germany's and the European Union's economic landscape, it's crucial to understand that criticism isn't laid bare for the sake of condemnation alone. Instead, it serves as a reflective mirror, highlighting areas that necessitate urgent attention and recalibration. Given the complexity and depth of the topic at hand, there is still a significant amount of analysis and discussion warranted to fully grasp the nuances of Germany's economic policies and their ramifications for both the European Union and the international economic community at large. So follow me as I explain further. Watch till the end. We cannot turn a blind eye to the lack of coherence and consistency in the policies that are currently being unspooled. It's imperative to understand that in the grand tapestry of international economics, consistency and predictability are not just desired but are fundamentally essential. Germany's approach, as demonstrated by the recent maneuverings, unfortunately, does not embody these principles. Germany's attempt at decoupling from its established trade partners does not exist in a vacuum. In the dynamic, interconnected world of global trade, such a move exerts a gravitational pull on the surrounding economic ecosystems, subtly altering the trajectories of trade routes and affecting the economic fortunes of businesses, not only within Germany but across the European continent. For European businesses that have been engaged in a ballot of intricate and finely tuned trade relationships, Germany's recent policy decisions introduce an element of discord and unpredictability into the symphony of international trade. With the shadow of economic uncertainty looming large due to the ongoing global situations, the added layer of policy inconsistency from one of the U.S. largest economies only serves to deepen the creases of uncertainty and instability. The small and medium-sized enterprises, MC, are particularly vulnerable to these shockwaves, given that these businesses often operate on razor-thin margins and rely on the predictability of trade policies. The recent oscillations in Germany's economic policy landscape present an ominous cloud on their horizon, potentially disrupting their operations and planning. This is not merely about dissecting policy decisions in a sterile environment. These policies have real-world implications, affecting livelihoods, determining the course of businesses, and influencing the economic health and stability of the European Union at large. The German government's approach, as observed, raises serious concerns regarding the nation's economic stewardship during these turbulent times. The narrative unfolding doesn't paint a picture of economic prudence and foresight, but seems to be a reactionary tableau hastily assembled in response to immediate pressures without due consideration for the long-term implications and fallout. But criticism alone does not construct a pathway forward. While it's vital to hold a mirror to the policies and decisions being made, it's equally important to engage in constructive dialogue, aimed at charting a course that not only addresses immediate concerns, but does so with an eye on the horizon, considering the long-term health and stability of not just Germany's, but the European Union's economy. Thank you for your attention, and I welcome your thoughts and questions on this complex and vital subject. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing and growing its influence. Your subscriptions and likes motivate us to generate more content, so please keep supporting us. Check out this video showing on your screen right now, and I will see you on the other side.